We filming? Are we ready to go? It's been a while since I've been at my desk, actually. Darkness wallpaper, holding her pads in the description. What we're gonna do, what these are, this is strange because I don't usually do videos like this. Well, I think I did once, but they paid me for it. They didn't pay me for this one. But I have these two new Dekoni pads for the Fidelio X2, and they're Dekoni Choice Leather and Dekoni Choice Suede. And spoiler alerts, if you check out my Amazon account, like I could see what people bought. Not who bought it. I know who you're out there with the lube, 55-gallon drums, but I could see what the most purchased like headphone is. So I go through the list. X2s. Well, those are X3s. X2s are the most purchased headphone in the last like 3 months. Because when these came out, when the X3s came out, I reviewed them and I'm like, they're really nice. They're better than the X2s. They're twice as much. Buy the X2s, and people listened. So everyone's rocking these right now, but they're rocking them with stock pads because really there's no way to change the pads. Until now, ta-da! Now I haven't heard these yet. I don't want to lie to you and be like, oh, I know exactly what they're doing for 2 weeks. So what I'm going to do is I'm filming this intro. I'm going to rip the pads off of the X2s and the X3s. I'm going to try these pads, each one, on each, and then give you my generalized opinion of if they improve anything or not. And there's a problem, though, because they use glue. Because the way, let me see if I can get the X2 pad off without crying like a little bitch. Oh, there, it just comes right off. So the original pad has an alignment pin and 4 holes, and these 4 pegs go through. And so the Dekoni boys had to put the holes in for the pegs. And they also put adhesive. Oh, that's why they put adhesive. I won't need the adhesive. The adhesive's just there in case you don't have the X2 HRs. So this should just pop right on. Thank God. I was like, wait, why is there adhesive? Because I don't, you literally, if you have X2s, you take the pad off and you go, there's no way to mount another pad. They've got these weird angled drivers and the pegs, and so so Dekoni has stepped up and actually probably just engineered that. So you don't have to take the glue off. Thank God. I was so worried I was gonna sitting here trying to like blue tack these in place. Well, shit, I guess I'm gonna have to do some listening now. All right, stock X2 pads, X2 HR. We'll be back. Why is this pointing up the moon? Jesus Christ. Did you even see any of that? Sure. I'm very sure. Comfort. Just fucking miles better. These are the suedes. I kind of wanted to do the leathers first. I feel like the suedes are going to be the superior ones. They are memory foam. Like a very, very soft memory foam. Which means when it's cold, like in a fucking basement, they get a bit stiff, so I should have probably had these in my pants pockets for a while before the review. In fact, I could just, put these into my armpits. It's fine. I wore them on my head now. They're nice and warm and soft. That's a thing about memory foam no one seems to get. You can't just put on headphones with memory foam and it's fine. You gotta like let it warm the fuck up. Fuck, I can't believe how much more comfortable they are, number one. Then I started to play music and I'm like, wow, Weezer sucks. And Weezer recording quality is garbage, but everything else is at least as good as stock or better. Which I've had this thing with Dekoni pads, like certainly the Sennheiser Dekoni pads, like nothing sounds better on Sennheiser than Sennheiser pads. So the Beyerdynamic pads obviously varied wildly. And since there's only 2 of these, but they're specifically for like one headphone, I'm interested to see what they do on the 3, because the 3 is not, this is not the greatest pad on earth. It's very, very similar to the 2. And you would think for a premium product, they would have done something. Wait. Oh yeah, you're all spending $40. Did I mention these are $40 a pair? Which, like, I know what you're saying, but Zeos, I got the headphone for like $150. That's actually 33% of the whole price. Believe me. Spend the money on the thing that's going to touch your body. You should be proud to spend, I mean, I've had pads on things up there that the pads cost more than the headphones themselves. Specifically the monoprice retros. Where are the monoprice retros? There. Those are using like $40 pads on a $16 headphone. Yeah, and I'm working these like nice and soft. Ah, okay. Yellow, another race. All right, these are better in like every aspect of everything. You know what I think it is too? They're softer than, like, these are fucking rough. You don't realize how like rough and hard these pads are till you get like a nice soft squishy pad. And I think it's getting the drivers closer to my ears, and they're on those crazy deep angles. So getting your fucking ear in there is just doing wonders for this. So it's time to change over. I can't believe it. That's actually like the best system now. Is there a deeper part to this? Yeah. I'm gonna put the groove on top. Put this here. Is that you, Bok Bok? Or is it a murderer that sounds like my cat? Meow. Bupes. Why can't all headphones have pegs? Where are you? Hi. They miss you, baby. You don't come down for reviews. It's just a matter of timing. I know. Dry your bed. There's a bed there I made for you. There's no spiders. Of course, it's too cold. They'll all be dead, but we're going to the vet on Monday. You're going to get your checkup. They're going to draw blood, and they're going to make you pee. They're going to make you pee. Anyway, my cat's going to the vet on Monday because she's 15 and she needs to go to the vet every once in a while. I guess I'll give you my initial impressions and then... Ooh, bass thump. More thumpy than those. Alright, give me a few minutes. Choop day whoop, shoop day whoop. Salt and pepper, shoop. Alright, with these pads, which I'm not the cat. Ignore the cat. Ignore the tubers. Just as rare that she like sits in my lap. It's just cold down here and she needs a lovin'. With these pads, thump, definitely the bass is more thumpy. So a little more impact. And the treble goes up. Now, here's the thing about the X2 HRs. They are better at producing detail than the X2s, but not as good at producing detail as the X3s, except if you put these pads on. So I think you have a choice. Get it? Because it's choice suede and choice leather. The choice suedes on the X2 keep a similar sound signature, just make everything feel a little bit more airy, a little more open, definitely more comfortable, and give you like a warmth. Like just add like an air of like creamy quality. Where these, the leathers, which I would take off and show you in a second if my cat wasn't being adorable and wanting her ear rubbed, bring up the detail. These are literally an improvement. You have to, there was a couple moments in a few songs that I skipped through where the thwomp got a little bit like, I could tell it's not as free, like usually with like open pads like this, it doesn't trap the sound in there, so you let things go by. But when you had like real heavy duty shit happening, I was like, oh, this is a closed pad. But everything else is just an improvement. It's like, it sounds more detailed. It sounds like the X2 HR for not just high res, but for high res. And obviously comfort out the fucking ass, just straight up. These are great. In fact, I wonder, because of the glue backing on these, if I could stick them on any other headphones. Because there's a couple headphones on that wall of M560s. Those I needed to glue pads onto. What other headphones need to have the pads glued on because they're assholes? Because that would be perfect. And they're only $40. Dekoni knows, they knew where to price these. A lot of Dekoni pads are 60, 70 bucks. These are the right price for a $150 set of headphones. Oh God, there's cat all over me. Girl's Last Tour, great anime, just fucking great. You know, these actually sound higher end than they are. Oh, David, what? David Hazeltine, Moonlight Sonata. These actually make the HR sound like HR. So, okay, so these are the headphones they're designed for. They're designed for the HRs or the non-HRs, which is why there's a glue pad back here if you needed to glue them on. But I think those had pegs too, so I don't know why you'd ever need the glue ever. They do a fantastic job of attaching and there's no like gaps. So now, I don't know if the X3, it does, it shares the exact same pad. Let me double check. Slightly different. There's a lip on the X2 pad and there's no lip on the X3 pad. For all the fucking effort that Philips went through to have like this cloth put on the back, to have these like pegs put in there, to have the cloth, to have the writing, a line pin. There's an alignment pin. For all this, why do the pads suck? If you have X2s, you have X3s, you know the pads are like, all right, they're okay. They're like a decent, the material is like, it's okay. And then the shape is just okay, and the softness is just okay. Why can't you think, So Dekoni, we're gonna now run, I'm gonna use these exact pads here, which is left and right on this bitch. Here's right. Make sure this pops in before we continue. It does, easy peasy. I have to get the wire off of this because I forgot that the X3s use a stupid fucking different wire. I have to pop on. Oh, they look so sex now. Let me get this wire. I'll give these a listen and then I'll come back. All right, so X3s. I really wanted to talk about them while this song was ending. This is from Penny Dreadful. I don't know if you watched the show. Penny Dreadful was on Showtime, and it didn't end very good. But my God, that show from beginning to end, well, beginning to like nearly end, was like fucking perfect. And this Never Say No is this track. Go find the Penny Dreadful soundtrack, Never Say No, and I almost cried. I was that close to crying. Because I want to reaffirm that the X3s sound better than the X2s. The X2s are a fun headphone that you can, with the new pads, manipulate it to sounding much closer to like an actual pro, like clean. But holy shit. The fucking the leathers on the X3s, it's such a serious headphone now. It's a serious headphone. Like, I'm trying to look at the wall and be like, I don't want them to get cold because the pads get real cold fast and I have like to warm them up. These are a $500 headphone, easy now. And I know he's like, but Zeos, all you did was change your pad. Fuck, how many videos you gotta watch where I change your pad and it changes everything? If you own X3s, if you had caught them on the dip, if you bought on the dip and you held and you didn't sell, spend another $40 on them. And I haven't gotten to the other pads yet. These pads, well, they're behind my back to get warm. Stock pads, Dekoni sent me these, I'm keeping both. I'm pretty sure, unless the suedes do something on the X3s that is remarkable, I'm going to just throw away the stock pads. And I'm going to put the suedes on this and the leathers on this because fuck me, man. Like, it is such a quality sound. Holy Jesus. Right. That show is so good. Like, it actually calms it. I don't want to say it makes them boring, but it almost flattens them entirely. And the thing is, they don't say X2/X3. They only say X2. I don't even know if the Dekoni boys have X3s. Because you think that a company that sells pads would have this, but they don't. I've had to tell them to buy a headphone so they could start like listening to it. What was the last headphone that I was like, this is a big one, make sure you get this one, it's a big one. One of the headphones I reviewed was like, no. Buy one of these and work on it. What pad was it? What's this? Like, they should have Sundara pads too. But oh my God, it's just, wait, there's a big sound coming. One big sound coming. Yeah, no, these are the pads for these. Okay, so now we've sorted the X2s. My vote would be, if you want just more fun, certainly just for fucking comfort's sake, you'd get the suedes. And if you want a little bit more, a little cleaner, a little punchier bass, take your fun and turn it up with a little bit more detail, then you get the leathers. And if you have X3s, so far, fucking leathers by a mile. So let's remove this now. And I'll reach behind my back where I've been warming these up and crushing them with my girth, and we'll slide these on here. I love how easy it is to change these pads, by the way. This is going to make every other pad change abysmal now. So going from a system that I did not appreciate to wishing it was on every headphone. Breathe a little bit, pad. Breathe. There we go. It's like Christine. Oh, the comfort. Oh, the comfort. All right. I'll be back. Throw the stock pads away. They're garbage. So now with these on here, which are the suedes, literally they're, so if these are the serious ones, these make it sound like you're listening to $500 headphones. This make it sound like you're listening to $300 headphones that are the most fucking fun on earth. So I mean, it's just creamier and smoother and more open and airy. It's actually a little bit, it's open but closer. I don't know if that makes any sense. It sounds less constricted, but it's sort of like more a little, it's like hippie girls burning their bras. It's a little freer. It's a little freer to breathe. Those are absolutely staying in there. Fuck the stock pads. Just right in their ass. And just, I'm just gonna keep the Dekoni. I don't know. Because now it's like, now we're up to, these are great. These fucking things are amazing. I don't truly have 100% faith in Dekoni to make the absolute best sounding modded pads. Yaxi still holds that fucking thing, because Yaxi is Japanese and they make literally a pad per headphone. But this is the first time I think Dekoni has made a pad specifically for one headphone. One. Like they make the 600 series pads for Sennheiser. There's many 600s. And they make the Beyerdynamic pads that fit all the Beyerdynamics. But this is specifically, they have an X2 and consequently the X3, which is almost identical in build. And they tuned it specifically for that, and they have succeeded. Throw the fucking stock pads away. Spend $40. It's on Amazon. It's prime shipped. You can't go wrong. You don't like them? You'd say, Amazon, this is defective. They sound like shit, and they'll take them back. You could drop them off at Kohl's or something. Yes, these are superior. This is it. This is what I've been waiting for. And now the problem is for me, which one do I want on each? Because these are tremendously fun with these on here. I'm just gonna shuffle another track or two. Well, that's gonna get real loud. What are we on? City of Prague Philharmonic. The music from the Batman. This is Aggressive Expansion. Oh. They're actually, oh, one other thing. I did notice with these pads, I had to turn the volume up on the Liquid Gold X, which is what I'm powering this off of. I'm powering off Liquid Gold X. It's being fed from the Geshelli Labs JNOG, which I actually had to use the plug in the front because I was using the plug for this stack. So I had to unplug this stack and plug it in the front because I was using the thing. What else was I saying? Liquid Gold X, which is like $1,000 amp. So I mean, that's probably why I'm a little bit more enjoyment. But yeah, no, it's gonna be tough for me to decide which one gets which. This is from Romeo and Juliet. This is so 90s. What is it? The Wanderers? The Wannadies? The Wannadies. The Wannadies. Like WANNADIES. You and Me song. That's 90s. And me. Alright. It's so loud. Like it just, I know I raised the volume, but these pads on these headphones is like loud. You just want to blast it. You want to just be there. These are the more refined choice for the exclusively Look, I'm a salesman. I want you to get both. I want you to buy both, and I want you to, because there's enough of a difference between the two pads where you could say, you know what, today I don't feel like rocking out really hard. Today I'm gonna go more refined. I should probably put a label on this because it's just slightly thicker, I think, on one side. I'm not crazy, right? I think this is the thicker side. I would get a marker and mark the exact bottom and left and right. So let's put those down, pick this up. It's hard to tell. They're really, it's a very samey front and rear. They didn't go like a full, they could have added like a lot more wedge to this. They did not. I think I like the comfort on these a little bit more. There's just a softer material versus leather. Or it's not even leather, it's protein leather, but this material is the exact opposite of the material it's on. They literally reverse it. Like they made the leather first. They were like, wow, the other side of the leather is really nice. Let's make pads out of that. You see that? No, lower it, lower it. The detail's too much now. Yeah, this is for hanging out, headbanging, drinking beers, and this is for listening to music and the experience of listening to music. Kills, get up and kill. Hi, Albatross from Gorillaz. That's a tough. You know what? I'd probably, because these are already a fun headphone, so making them more fun makes sense. And these are more refined headphones, so make them more refined makes sense. I'm just taking it into the opposite extremes. Don't make a serious headphone more fun, and don't make a fun headphone more serious. Let's just fucking run with the jewels. I'm gonna switch it. Can I switch this around? I don't really, it's killing me here. Killing me, Smalls. Okay. I love how easy this is to swap, by the way. So there we go. We've, you will now see these, and these both are on the wall. I want to point out, I still have my X1s back there, and I don't, those require glue, but I think they require glue. But the X2s here go up there, and the X3s go over there, and they're like exclusive list, and they're even more now than they were before. Sex machines. So links to everything in the description. Thank you to Dekoni for making these, sending them to me, and giving me this video, because oh, by the way, the wire I was using is obviously not the wire from the X2s. If you want a really badass wire for the X2s, it's the same wire I use in my T50s, because it has this right angle plug that goes into the T50s, but I just use the straight end. This is the SKW. I don't know if they make this anymore. I think they might have stopped selling it, but I'll try to link it anyway. It's one of the nicer cables. I have a couple SKW cables. They're super high quality. Look at my sex cables. So yeah, let's take these off. Let's unplug this. Drop that, because I have to use the stock cables for these stupid X3s with their stupid proprietary pluggy motherfuckers. But that doesn't. And then we put these on. Volume up. These pads cause you to go volume up. Yeah, no, this is the correct decision. Me personally, I have both pairs. I want more. If you have a fun headphone, more fun. If you have a more serious headphone, more serious. That's why I'm doing it. That's it for today. That's it. Get your darkness in the description. Links to it's literally going to be 4 links, unless I mentioned other shit. I did mention a bunch of other shit. But the main 4 links are, you have X2 HRs or you have X3s. If you don't, consider buying them. Once you do that though, now you have to, for reasons of these are in the fucking garbage, buy Dekoni pads for them. And you could either get the choice suede, which are the soft, fluffy, more fun ones, or the choice leather, which are the refined, whiskey sipping, cigar smoking, like, fuck you audiophile pads. Take your pick, or get both. Don't try to run one on each, by the way. It doesn't work. I've tried to like compare by having one side, and it just gives you a brain bleed and you die. So don't do that. She's in the description. No, battery died as soon as I was doing my outro. God damn it. I was on the edge. I did like 2 reviews, 3 on this battery. Darkness, subscribe to our Patreon, linked in the comments, linked in the description. See these reviews early. If there are no Dekoni suede or choice pads available on Amazon, when you see this video, my patrons bought them all, because this video will get like 200 or 300 views just from Patreon and Subscribe Star. If 10% of those people buy the pads, that's 30 pads missing. If Amazon only has 30 in stock, you fucked. So that's a good reason to spend $5 a month. See the reviews early. The other good reason to join for $5 is to join in the yard sale, where I have a whole shelf of stuff that I have purchased or been sent or people have donated to the channel that has just been reviewed or used for years. And it's like, you know what? I'm not going to really use that. Someone else could use that. This portable player, this DAC, headphones, sometimes speakers. Shipping's getting real rough overseas, so it's like trying to keep things small. But from the 1st to the 10th of every month, if you'd like to purchase something that I have used in this channel, if you'd like me to sign it, you'd like me to draw a dick on it, I will draw a dick on it if you ask. But you got to be serious. You can't just get it and be like, oh man, he drew a dick on it. He really drew a dick on it. I will draw a dick on it. But 1st to the 10th of every month, whatever items are in the yard sale will be linked in a video, and you get to bid in them in $5 tiers for either Subscribestar or Patreon. And I will ship for free content to the United States. It's 1/3 shipping international. I pay 66%, you pay 33% because COVID fucked up the rates. And it's blind silent auctions. You don't get told if you lost, you just get told if you won. So bid what you're comfortable with, and that's it. I was comfortable with bidding $218.33. You did not win. That is fine. You may move on to the next month. Don't be that guy. I hate that eBay forces you like, hey, bid higher, bid more. Do you want to bid more? Bid a little more and a little more. No, bid what you can afford. I don't make people broke. And you get things. $10 tier. The $10 tier gets you in the private behind-the-scenes Telegram chat where you can ask me any questions you'd like. I was answering questions on Patreon and Subscribestar, but that got... The word isn't tedious. The word is abysmal because I couldn't answer them all. And it was getting to the point where I was just ignoring them because it made me feel bad because I knew if I started one, I had to, and there's technical issues too. So if you'd like to ask questions, please consider just for one month, spend the extra $5 just for my head. And it's not like I'm begging for money. I really would do this for less if I could. But if you're in the $10 tier, you get into the Telegram chat, you ask me any questions you want. I help you. Everyone in the chat helps you. You can then leave. You can just go back to the $5 tier and be done with it. For $5 extra, you can ask me any questions you want. I wish it didn't cost you $5. I wish it cost you like $2, but I can't make that happen. Actually, Patreon now has yearly subscriptions, and I put it so there's like a 15% savings when you sign up for the whole year. So if you really want to ask me questions on infinitum, that's how you would do so. Yeah, no. Subscribestar, Patreon, yard sales, see videos early, Telegram chat, Hi-Fi guides, and the Hi-Fi guide forums. In fact, I'm pretty sure the Hi-Fi guide Future Z. Check out the Hi-Fi guides posts for the X3 and the X2 and ask if anyone has gotten these. Because according to Amazon, which is where these are, there's no reviews at all. That's, I mean, can I even do a review? Can I update video? I can upload a video. Can I write a customer? I'm gonna have to write a customer review. Can I? Do I have to sign in? Is it gonna ask me a secret code? Nope, signed right in. Overall rating, 5 fucking stars. That's how I always do my Amazon reviews, by the way. My name is Zeos Pantera, and I approve this message. That's the title of every review I write on Amazon, and then I write my review. So I'm gonna write this review out now and hit submit, and it's just gonna be basically, I'll explain they work on the X2 and X3, and hopefully help someone else buy them that isn't watching this video. You better hope this video hits Patreon and public before that does, because they're gonna see it and they're gonna be like, oh shit, that's Zeos, and they're gonna buy it. So yeah, thank you, Dekoni. You've improved a headphone that I've already was in love with for $40. That's not bad. I'll see you tomorrow.